What does it mean in the Sharia to protect family and lineage, right? Again, I sort of said this, extended family is normative. So consider inheritance laws. A person dies, you can bequeath 1/3 of your wealth to non-heirs, but then the rest of it devolves upon your close relatives according to predetermined shares. So your wealth resorts to its rightful owner, which is God, and then it's redistributed amongst your close relatives according to the standards of revelation, right? Which is also why it's important, who am I related to? Who has a right in my inheritance, or to whose inheritance do I have a right? These are important questions. Blood ties through lineage, and therefore natural reproduction is of prime importance. This is very critical. Consequently, and this is important too, the prohibition of most means of artificial reproduction are prohibited in Islam as being tantamount to zina. Now, this doesn't make sense from a Western perspective. Why? So what does this mean? A man and a woman are married, okay? The woman has healthy eggs, the man has healthy sperm, but maybe her fallopian tubes are blocked, so the sperm can't get to the egg, so they can't conceive naturally. In this case, a married man and a woman, healthy eggs, healthy sperm, she carries the baby. In this case alone, the doctor can artificially inseminate by the majority and implant the baby, the zygote in the woman. She carries the baby and gives birth to it. So the doctor helped, but what? The baby's born of a married mother and father, and his biological mother also carried him. This is the natural way. This is the way that God set up for humans to reproduce. That cannot be breached. So sperm donor from outside the couple, egg donor from outside the couple, surrogate mother, all of these are prohibited because they are seen as bringing about the effects of zina by crossing lineage and blurring natural family lines. And one thing that's relevant to this discussion, we often hear, because technology now allows for this kind of artificial reproduction, right? Technology is never its own moral argument. It's never, just because we can do something doesn't mean that we should. And whether we do or do not use technology or use it in a particular way comes back to your moral system. And for us as Muslims, the Sharia is our moral system. And it allows me to be sitting in Boston, you in London, and we're conversing using this modern technology. No scholar would say this is a problem, but it doesn't, but because we have the ability to artificially reproduce, right? Here they say, no, the Sharia, this is a central domain of it, and it forbids this type of tampering with the natural reproductive sunnah that Allah has set up in human reproduction. This is life itself. You can't play with this. And in our society, many people say, well, technology has basically flattened the playing field between gay and straight couples, because now you can have gay marriages or lesbian, and they can just have artificial means of reproduction, have their own families. We say, no, those means of reproduction are forbidden, even for heterosexual couples. So the fact that you're trying to justify these new arrangements based on that technology, well, that technology, we don't even accept it to begin with. So it's not an argument in your favor, at least from our perspective.